Hello everyone, this is Scarzig, and welcome back to another viewer replay review. It's been a little bit. I had to go out of town over the weekend, so I do apologize for the delay. As soon as I got back into town, though, I was contacted by Novarails, and he wanted to submit this replay versus the Orange Count. He said that this match was really intense, and he was really eager to share it with us today. So let's dive right in. We can see by Novarails' opening hand, he's got a pretty good spread of some nice minions, so this should be a fun deck. I'm really excited to see the Ancient Grove. That tells me that this might be some sort of control variant of Vanar, so looking forward to that, especially with the new cards that have been revealed for the Shimzar expansion. The support for walls and whatnot has gone up dramatically. We also have a Chakram coming through, so this is one of the motlier crews of minions, I'll definitely say. But Vanar, I think historically, has been a faction that tends to use a very wide variety of minions to get the job done. And his opponent's playing Sajj, which is probably just an artifact deck of some kind, some sort of artifact OTK. And opening here, he doesn't really have anything too good, but I think that this is actually the smartest play to bring that Healing Mystic down and away from the mana tiles. And the Heart Sister might be able to body block a little bit. Of course, it'll be one shot by the General, but at least it does 3. So, I mean, with such a wonky opening like that, Heart Sister is probably the best bet. And then he decides not to attack with the Healing Mystic, which is actually really smart. It forces Novarails to stand in one spot if he wants to take it out, and that's what he's going to do here. And with 4 mana, he's just going to keep on his curve and play Dial Toss. At this stage of the game, you don't have to worry about Dominate Will or things like that. Vitruvian really does enjoy running Zen Rui, though, so there's a chance that he might be scheming to kill the Dial Toss and then take the Tombstone. But Wildfire Ankh, Psionic Strike will be able to take this thing down. Psionic Strike is one of those weird Bloodborne spells that's not useful too often, but generally you can get some pretty good value with a combo with Wildfire Ankh, so that's pretty clutch. We've got the Saber-Spine Tiger coming down as well to take out the Sojourner, and that's beautiful. He actually burns an Aurora's Tears, so that's going to be huge for him come the later game when Sajj is going to be trying to get her combo off. Now we can see he's at 5 mana. We might see the Zen Rui come down. But next turn, Novarails will be able to drop maybe this Dancing Blades to hit whatever he puts down. Okay, so that's not too bad. Fortunately for Vanar, because of, well, I'll say for Fae, because of Warbird, they generally don't care about artifacts too much, and the Warbird will come down and be able to help ping off that Wildfire Ankh. A lot of factions, if you don't have the out-of-hand damage tools to take down an artifact, Wildfire Ankh can get a lot of value on you. But fortunately, he's doing the smart thing here, and none of his minions have been lined up for him to get a lot of value out of the Wildfire Ankh. He's just been poking here. I would like to have maybe seen the Primus Shieldmaster played here to lock down the Silhouette Tracer, and because it's directly in front of the Vitruvian General, it also counteracts Star's Fury. So the Silhouette Tracer is going to be able to come down here to the mana tile. Second Silhouette Tracer comes down. Sajj is bouncing all over the place. This is a sort of old school gameplay that you used to see with Songhai when they had access to the really overpowered variant of Mask of Shadows. Not only did it used to give that backstab bonus, it used to give +2 base attack. So you could combo that with the Cyclone Mask, which gives Songhai General ranged. And it was this sort of setup, like with the Wildfire Ankh, where they're bouncing around the map with Silhouette Tracers and just slaying all of your minions. Is awful. So here we've got the Aspect of the Fox Dancing Blade combo being used on the Imperial Machinist, and I don't actually agree with that. I think that such a strong removal combo for Vanar should be saved for the Amera Healer. The Imperial Machinist, I think, is only, what is it, a 2/5? Yeah, he could have just killed it with the Primus Shield Master and a general hit. I think that that would have been a lot smarter. Yeah, so here comes the Amera Healer. Fortunately for Novarails, he does have the Chromatic Cold, which will get rid of that pesky Dying Wish. But I think that being able to hard remove it with the Dancing Blades, and he could have also comboed Dancing Blades into the Chromatic Cold as well to directly take it out. But all in all, he's managed to come out of this pretty clean. Even though he used, I would say, used his removals in the wrong order, perhaps. I think that at the moment, especially since he's trying to chase Sajj down, might have been, I could definitely see the value of trying to develop that Dancing Blades and get a big threatening body on the board a bit early. Because if he didn't play the Dancing Blades that turn, he probably would have just put down a second Primus Shield Master, which doesn't really do much in this context. With the 2 Silhouette Tracers still on the board, it would have died for free, essentially. And he is going to be able to body block with the Emerald Rejuvenator. Getting rid of that Wildfire Ankh is looking to be a very big hassle. But as I said before, Vanar has a pretty easy time of it, and fortunately he did not play around Warbird. So he can actually take out this whole line. I would have liked to see, using the Cryogenesis on the Sojourner, Warbird here, and then using his General to finish off the Emerald Rejuvenator. I think that would have been a slightly more efficient play. He could have also left the Sojourner up and maybe even used Cryogenesis on the Silhouette Tracer. And here, I think I would have preferred the Primus Shield Master to be played down here to lock all 3 of these. We do have the Entropic Decay coming down, and playing the Primus Shield Master in this spot still wouldn't have played around Entropic Decay or Dominate Will. So I think that, you get a bit more bang for your buck that way. Generally, when I play Provokes, I try to lock down as many of my opponent's units as possible, because even if the Provoke unit you play is going to get killed by whatever damage they have on the board, that's at least damage that you're not going to be taking on your General. But this is pretty clutch. As you can see, we've gotten all the way to 9 mana. He's been battling the Vitruvian General back and forth across the map. And now it looks like he's got him cornered. The Warbird's starting to come online, so the artifacts aren't going to be that big of an issue. And he's just going all in right now, surrounding the Vitruvian General here. An interesting play that could have gone down there as well is the Saber-Spine Tiger hitting the Sojourner, because the Saber-Spine Tiger, you get your out-of-hand damage, and then it survives with 1 HP, and you can get some additional value out of that body. As you see here, if the Saber-Spine Tiger was still alive, he might have had a chance to take out the Sand Sister, but looks like we have the other Wildfire Ankh Sonic Strike combo coming down. And so the game begins all over again, where he has to corner the Vitruvian General. Fortunately, Warbird is going to be able to ping this this artifact. So this is looking pretty scary, because once you get into the late game, you have to start worrying about Dominate Will. There it is. Instead of playing the Ancient Grove here in the face, if he was going to step away, he probably could have stepped away and then played Pandora up and away, because as it spawns units, if you get ranged units and things like that, they might be able to do a little bit of work against Sajj. Even though she's got the Wildfire Ankh, playing the Ancient Grove there I think was definitely a bit risky. And the Warbird is going to be continuously pinging out the Wildfire Ankh, so I think that even though there's a risk of Pandora and its summons getting taken out by the Wildfire Ankh, eventually that the artifact won't become an issue, and then Pandora's continuous spawns will net you that huge value. And so now we have the situation here where we've got the Ancient Grove creeping up, the Amera Healers come down, the Sand Sister is just going to die, but it fortunately doesn't get the opening gambit from the Ancient Grove. Oh my goodness. That is... I'll say that's heroic. Playing the Winter Blade to stun the Amera healer, so that way it can't kill itself into any of his units, and it's body blocking the Ancient Grove. That Winter Blade was clutch. Oh my god, what? He surrendered. Huh. I guess he burned the one Aurora's Tears. Maybe he was out of Wildfire Onks. He had the Ancient Grove. I don't know. I think I would have played that out if I was the Vitruvian General, because I know the Pandora was there and it's definitely scary. But if you're running like as maybe a Siphon Energy or something, I think I would have fought that out. But that Winter Blade play was clutch. Definitely some smart plays to come back, and maybe some slightly inefficient plays there in the middle. But dealing with that Amera healer with the Winter Blade was pure genius. Winter Blade is a card that you don't even really see played at all, and to use it in such a genius way to take that damage from the Amera healer, stun it so it can't die, and it body blocks the 7/7. Fantastic. So thank you, Novarails, for sharing that replay with us. I'm always excited to see some Vanar gameplay, especially Control Vanar. That was pretty cool with the Ancient Grove and Pandora. And perhaps even teaching us a little bit about the overlooked value that a Winter Blade can bring to your deck. So again, thank you. And also thank you to the viewers for stopping by today. And I'll see you next time. You have a good one.